The Iraqi parliament holds a session on Wednesday to vote on its election law December 10, 2019. Politics. Shafak News. The Iraqi parliament will hold its 23rd session tomorrow, Wednesday, for the 4th parliamentary session, the 2nd legislative year, and the 1st legislative term. According to the agenda of the session, it includes 2 paragraphs, one of which is a vote on the Iraqi parliament's elections bill. This comes at a time when Iraq is witnessing widespread protests calling for an end to the ruling parties that emerged after 2003, and the holding of early elections under international supervision that do not involve these parties. An American bank funds a $900 million contract with the Ministry of Electricity December 10, 2019. Electricity worker. Internet. Energy. Economy news. Baghdad. The U.S. Export and Import Bank, Exim, has agreed to finance a contract between Stellar Energy and the Ministry of Electricity in the amount of $900 million to build evaporation systems and wet air pressure in 3 stages. A source familiar with the Economy News said, the financing of the American bank is due to the agreement signed between the bank and the Iraqi Finance Ministry to lend Iraq $5 billion for the reconstruction of Iraq, which was signed last October in the American capital, Washington. He emphasized that the first stage approved by the Council of Ministers to build evaporation systems and wet air pressure at a value of $450 million, and that the second and third stages with a value of $450 million. Noting that there are major differences between the executive and legislative authorities on the terms of the contract, and that the legislative authority refuses to sign the contract by the Ministry of Electricity because of the resignation of the current government headed by Adel Abdul Mahdi. A woman should be chosen for the Iraqi Prime Minister. Monday, December 9, 2019 at 12:17 p.m. Baghdad Sky Press. Abdullah Al-Karbit, a member of the House of Representatives for the Alliance of Forces, believes that it is important to choose a woman as Prime Minister, provided that she is independent. Al-Karbit said in a press statement that the most important thing to think about now is to choose a woman, not a man, for the next stage, provided that she is independent of any previous or later political activity. Indicating that while we find it difficult to choose an independent Prime Minister from among the men, then we can find a competent and independent lady at the same time. Deputy. At this time, the name of the Prime Minister candidate will be decided. Deputy. At this time, the name of the Prime Minister candidate will be decided. December 10, 2019. On Tuesday, the Kurdistan Democratic Party bloc, Dihar Barwari, suggested that the name of the Prime Minister candidate be decided on the last day of the constitutionally specified date for this matter. Barwari said in a press interview, the movement that exists among all political forces, including the Kurdish political forces, to agree on an efficient and honest national figure that meets the aspirations of the masses to confront the position of Prime Minister during the constitutionally specified period. Noting that the meetings are still continuing and intensively in order to reduce time and bring visions about the character to which the required specifications for the stage apply. Barwari added, the political process in Iraq has become used to the last day of the deadlines for any important or sensitive issue being the deadline for resolving these issues, noting that according to those previous experiences, we expect that it will be resolved in the last moments. Yesterday, Monday, the deputy from the Al-Fath Alliance, Abbas al-Zamali, suggested that the candidate for Prime Minister be appointed at the end of this week or early next week, while stressing that the issue is very difficult. The end of next week, the name of the next Prime Minister will be revealed. The end of next week, the name of the next Prime Minister will be revealed. Monday, December 9, 2019 at 11:21 a.m. Baghdad Sky Press. On Monday, MPs revealed that the political blocs reached the final decision by choosing a candidate to head the government and put forward his name in the next few days. Parliament member Mohammed al-Baldawi said, the political blocs have mobility and convictions to reach out to each other. He added that the blocs are trading for names after the dozens of names were excluded from the government, noting that what remains is only the choice of one of the names proposed to be a new Prime Minister, behind the independent, Adil. Al-Baldawi added that the candidate must gain acceptance from the authority and the masses in Iraq, suggesting that the name will be announced at the end of the current week, after the agreement between the political blocs on the most appropriate personality according to the specifications set. Al-Baldawi clarified that the reference clearly and explicitly pointed to an important topic, which is, the Parliament must reconsider its options, as these options are supposed to be more focused, studied and deeper than previous experiences to avoid mistakes that have occurred. For his part, a member of the House of Representatives, Nawfal al-Nashek, said that discussions are still going on between the blocs to choose an independent figure to receive the next Prime Minister. He added, to date, no candidate has been nominated to publicly, because the political blocs decided to pass this issue in complete secrecy, away from the media. In addition, the member of the House of Representatives, Yanadam, in a statement to the Iraqi news agency, said, There are 20 people from inside the parliament and from various political blocs. They met the President of the Republic, Barham Salih, and they presented him with a list that contained the terms of the choice of the Prime Minister 120 inches. He continued, one of the most important conditions for choosing a Prime Minister is that he does not belong to a party and is not dual national, explaining that these conditions are consistent with the conditions of the demonstrators.